Good morning, guys. It's a gorgeous morning up here on the Redneck Homestead channel. It's bright and early, and we're enjoying some camp coffee after a nice night in the hammock in the cabin. And today's video is going to be about clearing some land. And of course, we do a lot of land clearing up here. But specifically, this trip is to build an outhouse because Julie is really having a hard time coming up here. 6 months pregnant, and she needs an outhouse, and the children, and truth be told, it's really nice to have a bathroom. So it's fun roughing it in the woods, and that's fine. I don't want to get into too much detail on bathroom talk, but here we are. We've got all the materials up here. I've cleared out some land. Oh, who's that right there? That's Rick. Rick works with me here on the Redneck Homestead channel, and this is probably the first time you've met him, but we are going to keep you updated on the progress, so stay along for the ride. Well, that's the weather we're dealing with all day today. We've managed to make a nice clearing here and to clean up this area to the right of the cabin. And the base for the outhouse is all built. It's just 2x6, pressure treated framing, 16 on center, and 3/4 inch pressure treated decking. Rick and I have been working on the outhouse hole. We were faced with an interesting challenge. The excavator bucket being 1.33 yards, 30 inches wide, is just far too big. So we ended up building a rock wall foundation. Rick's just cleaning out the hole a little bit because of some of the back slop that fell back in. But I'll tell you, this will make a man out of you. Much more than I'm used to. And that's what it looks like standing from this vantage point. There's a rock wall on each of 2 sides, and I feel like that's going to do us justice for a few years anyways. Well, guys, sorry for not getting more video along the way, but the outhouse is all framed in and sheathed, and just like the cabin, it doesn't have any siding or any finishing exterior, but it's a pretty simple design actually. It's 4 feet square, and the front has a 28-inch door, let's see, which we haven't made yet. The rear wall is just 2x4, 16-inch on center. The side walls are single stud, 24 on center. Not too exciting. What should have been a few-hour project turned into an all-day project because, as you can see here, we had to build like a full-on rock foundation. Put this thing on. Total pain, but nothing ever goes as scheduled on the Redneck Homestead. And while I'm very, very, very thankful to have the excavator, it's just totally unreasonable to dig an outhouse hole with a 1.33 yard bucket. It's just insane. So we ended up really having to massage that. Rick's up there dealing with the roof. The sheathing on the roof, and I'm going to put metal roofing material on this. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I'm just exhausted. I don't feel like doing anything else today. I actually feel like jumping in my hammock and just taking a nap, but I don't see that anytime in the near future. I did take the time to cut out birds' mouths on the rough 2x4 rafters. I decided to use the rough 2x4s because I had a bunch left over, and there's just that much extra meat on there with which to cut the bird's mouth, so yeah, it just made more sense. I'm probably going to use some live edge material that I've been cutting up on my sawmill to sheathe or to side both the cabin and the outhouse. So that's just about it for today. There's not really a whole lot more to share with you, except in my absence, I have been getting some work done we regraded the entire hill going up to the cabin and seeded it. And as of yesterday when we arrived, there was no grass. But it literally started to sprout overnight. So that's very cool. I don't know, I just think it's going to be totally beautiful. It's going to be fun to go sledding on too for the kids. But it's going to be totally beautiful when this is all lawn. And once we get this place all cleaned up. Oh, let me show you something else that I've been working on here. So when we were regrading everything, I think it was last weekend, I managed to cut in some really significant drainage along the side here, which we're wrapping up around the back of the cabin in the form of a perimeter drain. And that's just going to really help keep everything dry around the house. And the next project, which is something that's been really grating on me, is I need to put the cabin on a proper foundation, or at least more proper than it's on right now. I know better, guys. I know better, but you know, for a variety of circumstances, a variety of reasons, we just plunked the cabin on 6 rocks, and I'm just really concerned about it for obvious reasons. But it's grating on me so much that you're probably going to see that coming very, very soon. Alright guys, well, I need to go and get myself cleaned up and cleaned off, and I'm signing out for now, and we'll catch you on the next episode. If you like this video, please do click the thumbs up button, and if you haven't already subscribed, we'd love to have you join us for this adventure. Thanks guys, till the next one. Well, the outhouse project is finished, or functionally finished, should I say. It's not finished any more than the cabin is. But it needs to be trimmed out and sided, whatever we're going to use for siding. Presumably the same stuff that we're going to use on the cabin one of these days. But the good news is it's functionally complete. Isn't that what we're here for? Is this one little convenience? And you can see it's never been used, so don't worry. I'm not being too gross here. Hey, we all got to do it, right? Well, I didn't really get a lot of video of what was going on minute by minute and play by play. Reality is it's just like any other building project. You know, it's just hammer, nails, screws. I put a little metal roof on there. Matches the cabin. And it's working great. Everything here is great. And the next step is to take all this brush that Rick cut and to pull it out with the excavator. And I think I'm just going to bury it. Right now Rick is seeding some of the area that we reclaimed from the forest. Everything is so much work. Everything is so much more work than I ever anticipate. I mean, it's so simple to build a little outhouse. 4 walls, a base, a roof. You think it's like 3 hours worth of work. And it should be. Maybe in the real world when everything's all set up, you know, you got your cut stations all set up, you got a cut man on the job, you're calling out measurements and he's cutting and delivering the wood to you, you got your pneumatic nailer and your air compressor. But up here in the woods, everything happens in slow motion. We're relying on a generator. We're not using pneumatic tools at all anymore. It's just more of a pain. Unless, you know, we're building a big structure, like a house or something, we're not going to use pneumatic tools. It's just such a pain to pull them out, get everything set up, and then work for a day or two. So, but it's just such rewarding work. And as I've probably mentioned on prior videos, I've got pretty bad sleep problems, and I certainly didn't last night. Last night I slept like a baby. Hard day's work in the sun and a long night's sleep. And I look forward to many, many more of these as we inch toward the goal of moving ourselves off grid. If you like this video, we'd appreciate you giving the thumbs up, hitting the like button, and we hope to have you follow us on this adventure. Till the next video, we'll see you.